Hello y'all. Today we are going to be making a beautiful biscuits and gravy casserole. Now we're going to we started out with 2 pounds of Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage, but if you do not have breakfast sausage, you can also use ground beef. Just spice it up to however you like it. It's not flopping out. Oh, I hear the kaplump. There's one kaplump. We'll come back to that one. And another kaplump. Now you know me, the frugal gourmet. I cannot waste, so we're gonna put just a little bit of milk in each can. I'll show you what kind of milk I'm using. This is what we use, the whole milk. But you could use whatever kind of milk you got at home. But you could even use water. Let's say you don't have milk and you just want to use water. Maybe, milk might be too thick for you. But I got to get all of this stuff out. So there, we got that one out of that can. And we're going to get the rest of this out of this. Shout out to all my frugal gourmets out there. Some people call us cheap, but I like to call us thrifty and resourceful, making things stretch. Okay, so now that we got that all out, we're going to stir this around. Once again, I did already start with a prepared pan, meaning that you either put butter or some kind of sprayed oil, non-stick cooking spray, so that it does not stick at the end. The end process, you do not want your food to stay in the pan. You want it to come out of the pan and go into your belly. Right? Isn't that the goal? Okay, so get all that now. But because we're using canned gravy, I don't know about your family, but my family will immediately tell that it's canned gravy. So I got to doctor it up a little bit. We're going to put some pepper, some fresh ground pepper. Now go hard on the pepper. Go generous. Do not feel like you only have to be a little bit. The canned gravy already has salt in it. The sausage, the breakfast sausage, that has salt in it. And so you're going to want to go hard on the butter. I mean, not the butter, the pepper. What am I talking about? So there's that. Then we're going to add some complete seasoning. Now I cook with love, so I really can't tell you how much I use. It could be like a tablespoon. It could be a teaspoon. Might be a half a cup. Who knows? Y'all see me what I'm doing over here. Now this is going to have like a little bit of garlic, onion powder, and it does have some salt and pepper in it too. So again, be careful. I am always looking out for salt, because you can always add salt to the finished product, but if you've added too much salt to the beginning, there is nothing you can do about that. And your family, if it's anything like my family, will tell you all about the salt. Now we're going to add a little bit of crushed red pepper. Now this do not go so generous on, because it's kind of like the salt. If you go too hard, you can't come back. I'm only literally using a few flakes. I'm going to crush it up, give it a little crush, and this is going to add just a little bit of heat to it. Not too much. If you don't happen to have crushed pepper flakes, you could also use a couple of dabs of Tabasco sauce. Not only would it give it heat, but that vinegar will give it a nice little sharp tang to it, just in case. I don't have any Tabasco sauce on hand right now, so I'm not doing that, but just FYI out there. And then you're going to top it with your Grand's flaky biscuits. Now it's important to use the flaky layers. You're going to see why in a second, because you're going to want to pull them apart. Let's see, let's get this pop going. It's like one of those Jack-in-the-Box things from back in the day, where it's gonna pop, and yet you're still startled when it does. I mean, at least I am. So you take it. Now this is why I'm telling you to use the layer ones, because they will rip apart the easiest. But you could also use the home style I think it's called the Southern style type biscuits. Now you're going to want to layer it. Try to rip the biscuits in half and get them all on an even, because if they're too thick, like if one particular biscuit is just way too thick, it's going to tell. You're going to be able to tell. So just try to go in the half. These layered ones really do kind of break up really easy in half. Shout out to everybody who likes biscuits and gravy. Now, I'm the type of person that I could eat biscuits and gravy like in the middle of the night. It could be like 2 in the morning and I'm like, I want some biscuits and gravy. It could be the first thing in the morning. I love the stuff. Everybody who complains that it's just a bunch of flour on top of flour, y'all just haters, because this stuff is delicious. Now to spruce it up, you could add, once you're done, you could add, now inside the gravy, to actually spruce it up, if you wanted to add some green onions, you could. I'm not going all extra fancy today. You could put cheese in it. That would make it nice and super rich. But right now, we're just gonna go with what we have on hand right here. Sometimes you come home from work, or maybe you're about to go to work, you're about to head out, and you maybe go to church or something, and you gotta stick something in the oven while you're getting all yourself and the kids all ready. Look how easy this would be. While the kids are still asleep, you just assemble everything, pop it in the oven, go get everybody ready, come back, and voila, it'll be waiting for you. All right, last but not least, just kind of stretch it out. Now, I am a big fan of biscuits. Biscuits in a can, homemade biscuits. You know, if you wanted to, you could even use a little bit of Bisquick and use those type of biscuits. Now, this would be just good, just like this. Just like this, it would be delicious. But we're going to add butter, because everything is better with butter. And if you do not agree so, I might have to challenge your cooking expertise, because me and Paula Dean agree that everything's better with butter. You're gonna want to just dot it. Now, I'm taking being all fancy smancy and putting a little bit of butter on each of the biscuit tops, but you could kind of just dot it wherever you want. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. Just as long as butter gets there. Yeah, this is a thick piece of butter. Oh, there we go. All right, just this last few more. Now look at how, now that biscuits is going to absorb the gravy. The butter is going to create a nice goldeny crust, and it's going to be delicious. All right, y'all, look at how gorgeous this looks. These little white spots are from the butter. Here at the studio, we use this little convention type toaster oven where it does cook on the top more than it cooks on the bottom. At home, in your own oven, it will cook all the way through, and so it might not be as deep golden brown, but you can get it to as golden as you want it. So let's stop messing around and let's get to this. So, we're gonna get this biscuit, and I'm gonna get some of this gravy right here. Pour that over it, just like that. And now remember, we use the canned gravy, but I season it to make it taste like home. Let me get a little bit of this biscuit, and let's try it. See, adding those spices to the canned gravy, those dried spices, will make all the difference on turning something canned into homemade. I hope y'all enjoy it.